Hello parents, here is the June edition of Highpoint Clear, trying to make things clear between us as the youth leaders and yourself as a parent. And so this is McCullough number 3. We haven't thought of a name yet. Maybe someday we can. But I want to answer 3 questions for you guys that came in. And let's go right now. All right, so question number 1 is, how do we stay connected? So I speak for every youth leader, every youth pastor on the planet Earth. It's a challenge to connect with families today. Families are super busy. So we still have word of mouth, which we had 100 years ago. We have so many more other avenues that we can use now, but it's still tough to get the information across. So we have now, it's called a Remind app. And so you just want to touch that thing, don't you? And it's a one-way texting. And so please, right now, if you can get out your phones and type in @Highpoint F, the code will be on the screen, and F stands for families. If you send that to the number 81010, then I can give you reminders, updates, changes. I can send that to you. It's quick, it's easy, it's fast. And I promise no more than like 1 or 2 a week, just to give you a heads up of what's going on. All right, question number 2 is, when is promotion week? So the week of June 17th is a promotion week. So Highpoint students all graduate a grade at that point. So we gain, Sunday morning, the students move up. So we gain the new 6th graders, and they come in at 10:45 to the foundry. And new 9th graders start at 9 o'clock in room 220. And then midweek, our brand new 9th graders start on Tuesday at 6:30 in the foundry. And then Wednesday, our brand new 6th graders start in the foundry at 6:30 also. All right, so question number 3 is, how do I get my student to stay in church post high school? So we know the statistics says that a majority of students that grew up in the church will leave the church post high school. And there's many reasons why, but let me give you 6 reasons why some students have made church a lifestyle. And let's start. So number 1 is this: eating dinner together. I know it sounds crazy in 2018, the thought of sharing a meal, but they recommend 5 out of 7 dinners should be eaten together. This grows a family bond that's deep, and it also gives the time just to connect, looking at each other, phones down, how was your day, actually listening to each other. That is one factor that kept students in the church. Number 2 is these students, they served with their parents in a ministry. So maybe once a year, maybe once a month, maybe once a week. They're actually involved in a ministry, serving alongside each other, having the bond, rolling up the sleeves, getting out of the pew, and actually doing life and being Jesus in their community was a huge factor for those students to make church a lifestyle. The third reason is because these students had at least one conversational experience about Jesus in the home a week. So sharing about that experience, talking about it at home. It could be after church, hey, how did church go? What did you learn in class? Or maybe midweek, like what was brought up in science class that maybe you thought would disprove creation. Any way to talk about the Bible at home is a huge win. The fourth reason why these students made church a lifestyle is because they were entrusted with responsibility at an early age. Pastor Sean has done an amazing job getting his kids a chance to be on stage with emotions for songs and running the tech booth. And we try to do that at Highpoint as well. If they know they have a responsibility, if they're tired Sunday morning, they know, hey, I need to make the extra effort to get to church. And same with Tuesday night or Wednesday night. It's important that they have a role. They want to be like, hey, I'm in. I don't want to miss this. This is a priority. The fifth reason why is if these students had a faith-focused adult in their life outside of mom and dad. So we call them youth leaders. So super important that your students have a youth leader, investing into them, keeping them accountable, and showing them who Jesus is. And the sixth and last reason why these students made church a lifestyle is because they had a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. So not from mom and dad. They took ownership in their own relationship. So when they graduate, wherever they go, they're like, hey, this is mine. I own this. I have roots in this. And so those are 6 factors that have been helping students stay with the church.